What's up, guys? I know it's been a while, but we're back here again. So basically what we're going to do today is show you my reptile room. I haven't done a tour or shown any of this on my YouTube before, but I thought it was time for me to get back into it because I have nothing else to do during this stupid COVID bullshit. So I thought we should just do a reptile room tour. So let's get into it. Alright, so first off we're going to start off with the kind of like miscellaneous kind of stuff. So right now we have a rose-haired tarantula in here. His name is Chives. Chives, yeah, that's Chives. I'm not a big spider guy, but I got him for free because someone wanted me to take him in. He's a pretty good tarantula. He lets me hold him and everything. So he's still get a little freaked out by it, but I'm getting used to it. I mean, it's something I gotta get used to. I've had one before, but I got scared of it when I was little. I never wanted to hold it or anything. It's not a big fan. Next up is my Kenyan sand boa that I got from the same exact person. It was a teacher from a town nearby. I don't remember what her reasoning was, why she got rid of him, or wanted to get rid of him. I like to get him out with a hook because he can be a little spastic, getting him out of the cage. Now, Kenyan sand boa is like more of a drier. See, he's spastic. He just, wait, let's get that shit off you. Or not that shit. Grasping. He is, they said he was 10 years old. He's really small for his age. Pretty sure Kenyan sand boas are supposed to get like anywhere from 24 to, then he might be around that size, 24 inches. 20 to 24 inches. I got him on frozen thawed. The people who had him before me said he never ate frozen thawed for him. It looks like he's probably going to go into shed. Looking at his eyes. Kenyan sand boas are a little bit weirder of a snake to me. Like, they look more of like a slug than anything. But anyways, the people who had him before me said he only ate live and would never eat frozen thawed. I literally got back from vacation. My buddy brought over the tarantula and Kyle, the sand boa. So, and when I got back, they gave me a frozen thawed mouse to try and give to him. And it didn't take me less than 10 minutes to get him to eat that frozen thawed. It was super simple. Okay? That makes it a lot easier on me. Because if I want to go get live mice, I have to drive 30 minutes into a town nearby to get them from a reptile store that sells live mice, and I'm not about to do that. But then, basically, also same with mice. I have a way I can get rats a lot cheaper than I can mice because I have someone who breeds them for me. Not really breeds them for me, but he breeds them. I buy a bunch off him. I can buy live, frozen thawed. I buy pigs too from him because he gets them from a guy in Indiana. Brings them over. He buys them for I think $1 a pound, then sells them for $2. So make a little bit of money off because he also is feeding some of his snakes. But then I think I'm like one of the very few people around here that has, the big enough snakes to actually feed pigs. Because we have some guys around here that keep retics, but not a whole lot. So we'll check out the other rack. Alright, so next rack is the ball python rack. Basically right now it's kind of empty. I'm going to get a couple 20 gallons for some other ball pythons I'm thinking about getting. But we'll start off from the bottom here. I think you've seen a lot of these snakes before. I don't give a shit on this. I don't like that she's in such a small container. But we had an incident where she has a big cut on her. She pooped in her water dish like she always does. She is a 5 or 6 year old normal ball python that I got from the place where I would get live mice if I needed to. I think it's called like Charlie's Aquarium or something. She has a big scar on her, and I wanted her to be, she got a big cut on her, which I'll explain in another video. It was completely my fault of what happened. But, so, basically, I have her in here. just to kind of keep her in more of a confined area so that Scar can get better. And eventually, when she does, she will be moved to a big enclosure once one of my retics grows out of it. It's a smaller enclosure for a retic, but it would be a great size for her to grow into, or well, to spend the rest of her life in. Hopefully, I mean, she eats really good for me, anywhere from, I don't know, every 2 weeks I give her about probably a medium to a large rat, which is good for her, and she eats real well, never gives me any problems. It's weird. Every now and then I feed her on tongs, and then sometimes she doesn't want tongs, and you just have to set it in, she'll go ahead and eat it. This next one is about a year-old normal ball python who didn't eat for the longest time. I got it from PetSmart. We can call her Lucy. She eats, I got her to start eating on rats pretty fast after she started eating mice quite a bit. Once we got her in here, in the right enclosure, she started eating really good. She's gaining a lot of weight on her now. She's getting a lot bigger. I'm pretty sure she's about to go into shed soon with how dark she is right now. She's really dark and kind of, I don't see any blue on her eyes yet. But I bet in the next week or so she will be going into shed, which will be good because she is always given me full sheds when she's been in this enclosure. Before, she'd always give me, you know, sheds that would just be apart and I'd have to soak her. She wasn't in the proper environment. I had them in my basement, in my room where a lot of my videos were filmed. It was cold down, I didn't have the proper heat in there, but now I am running everything on ambient room temperature in here. I don't do heating pads or heating lights or whatever. All I have is, my ambient room temperature, and it works great. Keeping it around anywhere from 85 to 87 degrees, somewhere in there. It usually stays around there. Right now it's at 88.9, which is, it's a little high, but it'll do for right now. It's just because I have the fan turned on. Once the fan goes, it kind of cools down everything because the air is circulating a lot better. And it helps out with keeping the air kind of a bit cooler. It was also a extremely hot day out here today. It was more, I'd say it was more humid than anything, really. Next we'll just go to the turtles right here. I have a half land, half water enclosure. I know their water is dirty right now. I have 3 Mississippi maps and a musk turtle that me and my buddy bred from 2 adult ones that it was like about a year ago we caught them. Put them in a big 55-gallon, bunch of water. They had a bunch of other little turtles in there, a bunch of little painted turtles. And then eventually they started breeding. This is the only light on any cage I have in here. It's just a UVB. And basically they can go, they're always up here. The Mississippi maps are usually up here. The musk turtle's mostly in the water. They can always get up. I took a piece of glass, silicone the sides and the bottom so no water can get into the land area. So they have half land, half water. This is going to be a temporary enclosure for all of them because obviously they're going to need a crap ton more water. Once they get older, they're all probably going to move to a big 75-gallon together. But I don't know about the musk turtle. He might be going into a different enclosure because once I've seen where Mississippi maps, when they get older, they get a little bit more aggressive towards other turtles. So now we will move on to my favorite part of the room, the big snake side of it. Alright, so we'll start off with the smaller one first. Let me grab my hook real quick. She is very food aggressive at times. Her name is Noodle. She is a purple reticulated python. She is roughly 8 months old, I would say. She can be a little bit fiery. She digested a lot of her meal in here. So I'm going to clean that out tonight after this video. Let me see if I can find the girl. She always burrows, which I like, so she can feel safe and everything. Where is Noodle? Don't want to just go reaching around in there because retics, if you don't know, they can be very food aggressive with their cage, and that's definitely the case with this girl. Oh, there she is. I like to kind of give her a little poke in the hook. She is about 5 feet long right now. Oh, there she is. You guys have seen her before in other videos from the past when I fed her. I don't think I've ever got her on video for you guys before, but this is Noodle. She's probably my sweetest snake I have. I hold her probably almost every day, except about 2 days after eating. Sometimes she's cool. It just depends. But usually about a day or two after she's ate, she can be very cranky, and I don't like to deal with that because I've been bit by retics before, and it sucks. Doesn't matter the size, if it's a hatchling or whatever, it still sucks for me. I don't like snake bites yet. I have a bunch, so I get bit quite a bit. I'm not worried about getting bit because I know what to do in case a big one does bite. I mean, if she bites me, it's not that big of a problem. Everyone loves holding her, and Muddy, my ball python. Lucy too, my little baby ball python. She eats extra large rats once a week, so she does really good. Oh, I forgot to mention, the baby ball python eats small rats once a week, so it's a good size meal for her. No, it's more about a weaned rat. And then Kyle, the sand boa, eats rat pups once a week. And then the tarantula eats anywhere from dubia roaches to crickets about once to twice a week. I don't like the mulch that the tarantula's on. I want to get that on. I want to get him or her on some eco earth. I don't really care about the gender of the tarantula. It's not like I'm ever going to breed them. Like I said, I'm not a big spider guy. I'm more of a snake guy. Yes, I have a ton of other animals, but we're not going to show those in the videos tonight because they're all outside. I have snapping turtles, red-eared sliders, ducks, rabbit, and a western painted turtle. So right down here is I'm not going to get him out because he's a little wiry at times. He is a albino granite Burmese python. He's about, I think, 5 or 6 years old, if I remember correctly. I'll have to check with the guy I bought it from again. He eats about 2 jumbo rats every 2 weeks, which they compare one jumbo rat to about a 1.5 pound rabbit. So he's getting about a 3 pound meal every 2 weeks, which is a good size for him. His name is Sunny. I think I already said that. Okay. I think his cage is in I don't remember. I think this one's in SOG. I can't remember. I'll have to look at it all again. I don't remember. This is Tigger, my super tiger reticulated python. I named him Tigger after the tiger in Winnie the Pooh. He has acrylic glass compared to all my other, he's on acrylic, not like actual glass. Soon I am going to be getting actual glass because I do not like the acrylic. I think it scratches up a lot easier from the way I have them locked. I just basically take a wire, bend it at the end, you can put it in, twist it, and it's locked. He is about 7 to 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old. He's eating about 2 pound pigs, 2 to 3 pound pigs every 2 weeks. So it's a good sized meal for him, so he's not rubbing all over the cage looking for more food. And then the bottom cage is for a snake that I will show you guys next week. I built this cage all by, myself and the guy I work for who I clean snake cages for. Basically, this is 1/2 inch thick PVC with 1/4 inch thick tempered glass, 17 inches wide by 49 inches long. And then the cage is 8 feet long, and I think it's 30 inches deep. So you guys can take your guess. I mean, a lot of you probably know what I'm getting because you probably follow me on Instagram. It's a big snake, I'll tell you that. But you guys will see it in the video next week. That will be coming out. I'll be doing a video on her because she's a big snake. That's going to be a handle. They're fun to handle, to say the least. that's pretty much it on the reptile room. I have a thermostat going with the heater when it's a little bit colder out. Right now it's hot outside, so I don't really need to heat it.